My alien wife doesn't touch me, but destroys everyone who dared to touch me. I never meant to marry her. It was a joke. A stupid line delivered in the middle of an interstellar ceasefire negotiation, meant to ease a tension between two species who had only just stopped turning each other into ash. If marrying one of you keeps the peace, then sure, sign me up. That was all I said. Just a nervous laugh, a wave of the hand. The room had fallen quiet. And then she stood up, tall, statuesque, with armor that shimmered like obsidian dust and hair like liquid metal, braided into war knots. Her name was General me.HFY of the Tari, known among humans as the Untouchable Flame. She looked at me, really looked at me, and said, "Then I accept." They called it a diplomatic union, a symbol of peace, a political gesture. But what no one said aloud was this: I had just become the husband of a being who had ended 2 wars with her bare hands. At the ceremony, she didn't take my hand. At home, our shared residence within the neutral embassy, she didn't touch me. Not once. Not by accident. Not in greeting. Not in sleep. She kept her distance, always standing a few feet away. Quiet. Watchful. A strange thing began to happen. The moment people came too close to me, especially women, they stopped. An ambassador touched my shoulder during a toast. She was recalled the next day. The Tari claimed diplomatic violations. Another aide bumped into me in a hallway. By morning, his clearance had been revoked, his family reassigned. And then, one evening, a reporter cornered me at a press event. She brushed her fingers across my wrist. Later that night, her hovercraft exploded mid-flight. Everyone called it an accident. But when I looked at me.HFY, she was watching me, her silver eyes glowing faintly in the dark. I confronted her. Finally. "Did you kill her?" I asked. She didn't blink. "She touched you." "That doesn't mean." "She touched what is mine." The words froze me. "You don't even touch me," I whispered. Her eyes flickered down. Shame, or something like it, crossed her face. "I cannot." "Why?" She turned her back to me. "My touch bonds. It brands. In my culture, contact with a spouse is permanent, emotional, neural. We become one. There is no going back. I cannot risk it." I stared at her. "You mean, if you touch me, you might fall in love?" "Worse. I may never stop." We lived like that for months. She'd sit across the room as I worked. She made sure I was protected, always. And anyone who got too close, they disappeared. Politely, quietly, permanently. I didn't know when it changed. Maybe it was a night I collapsed from exhaustion, and she was suddenly there, catching me before I hit the ground, but still not touching skin. Maybe it was when she stood outside my room the entire night while I slept off a fever. Or maybe it was when I realized I wasn't afraid anymore. I was lonely, not because she wasn't human, but because she refused to be near. "Do you hate me?" I asked one morning. She was watering the fire flowers in our courtyard. "No." "Then why do you act like I'll break?" She set the watering stone down. "Because you will." I walked closer. She tensed but didn't retreat. "You care about me, but you won't let yourself feel it. It's not safe." "I'm not afraid of you, me.HFY." She looked at me. I am. The next day, I woke to find a gift on my table. A small orb, glowing with faint energy. A translator call for neural syncing. It allowed beings to share thoughts, emotions, sensations, without touching. She was offering me a piece of her mind, of her soul. I activated it, and for the first time, I felt her pain, her guilt, her fierce, agonizing devotion. And under it all, buried beneath centuries of control, was something raw and wild. She loved me, desperately, but didn't know how to show it without breaking both of us. That night, I stood in her doorway. "I don't need your touch," I said. "I just want you to stop hiding." She didn't speak, so I crossed the threshold and sat beside her. Her breath caught. "If you ever want to try, even just for a second, I won't pull away." She stared at my hand, resting open on the bed. Her fingers twitched, but she didn't move. Instead, she whispered, "You are the only thing in this galaxy I cannot conquer." And I smiled. Good. Weeks passed. We remained like that. No touch, no intimacy. But every look she gave me felt like gravity. One night, an old enemy returned, a rogue Teari faction that opposed peace. They kidnapped me during a diplomatic summit. Used me as bait. They shouldn't have. She came like fire incarnate, wrecked 3 carriers, tore through a battalion with her bare hands. I watched it all through the prison's cracked security feed. And when she reached me, chest heaving, armor cracked, eyes wild, she didn't speak. She just dropped to her knees and bowed. Not to the guards, not to the diplomats. To me. When we returned, she vanished for 2 days. I thought she'd left. Until I found her in the garden again, without her armor, without wolves. Her hands were shaking. "I can't lose you," she said. "If I touch you, I won't know where I end and you begin." I took a step forward. "Then let's find out together." She looked up, tears glistening in her alien eyes. And for the first time, she reached out. One clawed, trembling finger brushed the side of my face. And the world fell silent. No pain, no fear, just warmth. And a voice inside my mind whispering, "Mine." We didn't need more than that. She still didn't touch me often, but she didn't need to, because I knew what her silence meant now, what her fury was for, what her love looked like, even when it never reached skin. And anyone foolish enough to try to touch me, let's just say they never made that mistake twice.